Anything that I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only. None of it is based in fact, and this is only my opinion. So let's jump into Married at First Sight, Nikki and Shawn. Hello everyone, welcome in. Today we're going to talk about Married at First Sight. Have you guys been watching this show? Because I have. And I am not watching it out of love, I am watching it out of hate. It is my first time watching this show. I normally do not like any type of dating show that put black women on it because they always end up making black women become the villain, become the monster, and I do not like it. I feel like this show is a part of a narrative that stems from the Tyler Perry type of antics. If you can just stay with me. Tyler Perry likes to do things and have movies that show black women in absolute destruction. They start off, they have a beautiful life, everything's going great, but God forbid they forget who they are. And then their whole life is taken away from them. Like, they go through hell, they go through abuse, and then they find a man who cuts grass, and they live happily ever after. Because, God forbid, a black woman does it all for herself, and she wants to date somebody within her price range. She wants someone who is on her level. God forbid, right? That's the message that people want black women to know. You cannot fly too close to the sun, because once you become unattainable, nobody's going to be there for you. And I hate it, and I feel like this season has shown me that they really wanted to send that message, because no way in hell, on any level, would I have paired Nikki and Shawn together. Yes, they are intelligent. Yes, these two people have similar tastes and interests, but overall, I think Nikki and Shawn are like two best friends. They have a lot in common, but sometimes you don't want to date yourself in the male version. You know what I mean? He's a little odd to me. Shawn is the kind of person that is very predatory in the way he treats Nikki. He knows how to get into someone's head and break them down from the inside out. As I've said before, he's very intelligent. Probably one of the most intelligent men on the show. He knows how to use his words to get you to react, to put you in a situation where you're like, who the hell am I dealing with? You're questioning yourself and your morals and your values. That is what he is doing to Nikki. Nikki and Shawn have had several times where they just are not seeing eye to eye, which is okay. But the thing about it is, I'm not saying Nikki's perfect, because she's not. She does have her ways. She's not perfect at all. But I feel like Shawn does this gaslighting thing with her, and I do not like it. Like, they'll get into it, and she'll say things, he'll say things. Everybody is upset. Nobody's correct. Arguments happen between couples. But this one time, he called her aggressive and crazy. And he stood up and said, I'm scared. Here's the thing. When you are a black man, to even use that verbiage on a black woman is crazy. Nikki is not going to beat him up, to even try to paint her as this like masculine black woman, because you guys were having a verbal disagreement. Both Nikki and Shawn are not the fighting ratchet ghetto type. They are not that, but they're not that. They talk with their words, and that's it. They didn't agree on something, and that's okay. But to call her crazy, and then to say that she's aggressive, and say you're scared of her, ooh, that's really some toxic stuff. And Nikki, you can see it boiling inside of her. So it's a time where they had to meet the other couples to see how it's going. And the couples are, for some reason, on Shawn's side. They think that Shawn is correct and Nikki is wrong. Nikki, verbalizes to everybody at the table, all the other couples, about how Shawn kind of gaslights her, how he treats her as a person, and she's not okay with it. And she did say, like, he called me crazy. He stood up and said he was scared of me, and I would never do anything like that, and I feel this way. And she's kind of explaining her opinion about what happened, just having a normal conversation with the cast. And for some reason, all these men are like, no, Nikki, you can't say that to him. You can't treat him like that. Like, no, he's still the man. Like, what the hell? He just sat there and let them say that to her. He didn't back her up at all. And when she said, did you call me crazy? He said, I may have called her you crazy. I'm not sure. Like, I hate that. Oh, girl, this is triggering. To have a man that you get into an argument at home, and then you come out in public, and now you want to show out, and now you want to make a scene, and you want to act like you ain't done nothing wrong. Okay, so at one point, him and Nikki have to separate, because now it's getting a little bit too toxic. So they separate. And when they get back together, it's the same kind of thing happening. And I feel like Nikki at one point is taking everybody's criticism of her in. Maybe I'm the problem. The crew is saying, her castmates are saying, Nikki, you're the problem, right? You have the coaches giving Nikki tips to be softer and nicer to Shawn. You have everybody trying to tell her how to be a better person. Now, they're giving Shawn some tips, but not nearly as much as they are with Nikki, because she continues to stand on the premises, I'm not really attracted to this man. I know I can grow an attraction to him, but I'm not there yet. Shawn's whole thing is like he's very sexual. He wants to basically have sex with Nikki, and it's very, very obvious from literally day one. And he doesn't keep up with his hygiene well. If you know what I'm talking about, when he went in there and grabbed a towel and washed his face and his armpits and laid in the bed funky, not even taking a shower, and you want this woman who spends about 15 to 20 minutes cleaning her body to lay on you and to kiss you and be with you? Like, what? Girl, and I'm just seeing Nikki start drinking. I'm not saying she's an alcoholic. I'm not saying that. But I'm noticing she's picking up the bottle a little bit more. Like, anytime they're talking, Nikki had a glass or two of champagne or something. And when she's responding to him, it's very surface level. She's kind of slurring her words a little bit. I'm like, baby, I know she's numbing. She's numbing herself to be around him because he's freaking annoying. At one point, Shawn comes out in a towel. In the morning, Nikki is literally dressed head to toe drinking coffee. He comes out wrapped up in a towel and saying, sometimes you got to perform your wifely duties, insinuating that it's her job to make him feel, to basically get him off. He like really wants this woman to do things with him intimately, and she was like, no, I'm not doing that. But the whole thing is they were being filmed by the cameras in the wall, and he probably wasn't aware that they caught that whole thing on camera. So when the camera crew got there and Nikki brings it up again, she's like, why did you say it was my wifely duty to like fulfill you intimately? He was like, I would never say that. I didn't say that. And it's like, bro, you said it on camera. The cameras are catching you in your lies, which is why he got on Instagram and tried to apologize for gaslighting the hell out of her. Like, I just cannot. I really cannot. And I know Nikki's a grown woman. He's a grown man. They can do whatever the hell they want. I just noticing this girl is numbing. Her face is getting poofy. Something's off. And it's a moment where they go to the winery, and she is definitely drinking. She's kind of, just feeling the buzz and going with the flow. And something happens sexually between these two. They're adults. But my thing is, if Nikki was not in her right mind, which means that she was not sober and she was just letting this stuff happen, is that consensual? Is it consensual? And I'm sorry, I just don't like how this show is not like intervening and really checking on Nikki to make sure that, one, she's not numbing herself just to make this happen, and two, that she's really okay with the stuff that he's saying to her. Because to me, it doesn't look like she's okay. And even when this last session they had with the coaching, the body language that Nikki had was very much like, okay, I'll try, whatever. Like, whatever you guys say, I'll do it. And he's like, I want to meet her family. I want to know her mom. I want to know, like, that whole breaking into your psyche and try to break you down mentality that he has. There's a reason why she said, no, you can't meet my mother. Because I know if her mother saw Shawn and how he talks to her and how he treats her, this would be over. So I really hope that they do not say yes and they take time to evaluate what the hell just happened. I feel bad for Nikki, but hey, you signed up for the show, girl. The best to you. Let me know what you guys think.